Thank you for being with us on the feast of Pope St. Pius V. Our top story tonight, campus protests intensify throughout the U.S. Some pro-Palestinian protesters are refusing to vacate their encampments and others are occupying buildings. Some universities have suspended students while others have requested police assistance. Ivan Rodriguez has this report.
With encampments and now lock-ins, students are taking action. Here's video from Columbia University where pro-Palestinian protesters have barricaded themselves in a building.
They're not going anywhere until Columbia meets the demands of the apartheid divest movement, which have not changed.
Jared is a Jewish student at Columbia. He says pro-Palestinian protesters just want their voices heard. He says they want their university to sell its investments in companies with ties to Israel.
There's a genocide going on in Gaza, being funded by our government that our university is profiting off of. And I think that if they can use some tactics to portray us all as some sort of hateful mob, then they can go on with ignoring our message.
Columbia says the students occupying the building face expulsion and that it would not divest. On the other side of the country, police in riot gear swept through Cal Poly's Humboldt campus, arresting dozens and clearing occupied buildings. The university wrote on its website, "What's occurring was not free expression or a protest, it was criminal activity, and there were serious concerns it would spread even further on campus." At the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, about 30 protesters were detained Tuesday morning. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona told lawmakers on Capitol Hill Tuesday that his department is committed to protecting students.
Hate has no place on our campuses. We do not condone and we definitely reject any calls for genocide or any calls for anti-Semitism or any anti-Semitism on campus.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
And joining us now to talk more about the situation at Columbia University and the security issues, he is Dr. Keith Taylor, professor of criminal justice at John Jay College, specializing in policing and emergency response. He is also a 25-year veteran of the New York Police Department. Dr. Taylor, thank you so much for your time today. First, what do you think about what we're seeing on the campus of Columbia right now? And what's your assessment of the security situation? How do you think Columbia is handling this?
Well, I think that Columbia is making certain that to all parties involved that what is understood is that their actions are content neutral. They are not trying to do anything that they would do differently with any other group that was protesting. And so the issue becomes when there are violations of their procedures and policies, or if there are violations of the law, everything from criminal mischief to, trespassing. And I think that occupying of the building is a good example of where the police would be well within their authorities to remove them if the school so chooses to utilize them.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm sorry to jump in there. That is, other universities, as we know, across the country have actually called in police to support them during this time. Why do you think Columbia hasn't done that?
Columbia has a close relationship with the NYPD, and they've done mutual training together with regards to various types of possible scenarios. So I think that the fact that they have not called in the police may be due to the fact that they feel that their campus security force is able to handle the current and changing situations. And to the extent that there's no potential loss of life, I think that they're going to try to not utilize the NYPD, given that it can inflame the protesters. However, if there's a potential for loss of life, the NYPD will quickly be there and they will resolve the situation.
And what do you think the benefits and risks of involving the police? What are they in this situation?
Well, I think historically the concern has been that police may not, they may treat college protesters like they would criminals. And the use of force may be deemed excessive. But there has been a lot of training that has gone into less than lethal use of force nationally. FEMA, Department of Homeland Security, they've provided training to police departments all over the country to allow them to better handle these types of incidents, protests of various types in the street as well as on college campuses. So I think that the departments are more professionalized, and when you see the use of force, it's done with discipline and control. For the most part, you will always have instances where it may be excessive, but for the most part, the discipline is going to be controlled.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, sir. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.